Hello, I'm Advait, and this is my submission for my round one submission for Eterna Labs backend. So here you can see the repository which I made, which contains all of my code, which I coded in the last 48 hours. Here there's a README explaining all the features, the tech stack, how to install it, and the quick start instructions. I'm using conventional commits throughout to make sure that all the commits are clear and understandable. Now it's also hosted publicly on Render at this API. So right now it's just starting up, but you can find it in this API, which is also linked in the README of my GitHub repository. Now as we let it start up, I can show you the app working real time. So this is the app, the front end basically, and here I can search up, say I can search up meme coin and it will fetch it for me. Say I can search Dogecoin and it will fetch it for me. And as I fetch, I can also change sort by various measures and stuff. So there's that. I can click view to go to the actual source from where we are getting this token. So the main workflow is, as I type something in here, it goes and it fetches it from the DEX API. The backend fetches it from the DEX API, which is then cached in Redis, which is stored in RAM, and RAM is kind of volatile. We don't want this to be stored very persistently, what we are searching up, and we also don't want it to be updated every few seconds. That's why we are storing it in RAM using Redis. And now using a WebSocket connection, which is much better than polling, which is why we chose WebSockets, is what I'm using over here. And right now I can also show this is in the repository, the postman collection.json, which is a bunch of unit tests that I ran, over 80 unit tests that I ran to make sure, and it passes all of those. So yeah, that was Advait, and this was my submission for Eterna Labs round 1.